right, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Done messed up again. One sec. Let me bring this over here. All right, let's go over here. I gotta add this. Giveaways 25. There we go. All right, so voice is still a little bit rough today. We will see if it holds or not. Should be in. All right. Oops. What the heck is this? Why is this popping up? All right. So, yeah. Oh, hold on one sec. Sorry, Melissa, I was having an issue this morning. It's me and the two little kids today, so you're gonna hear lots of noises. Um, hold on, I have to center this thing. Jeez. Uh, a- all right, there we go. All right, so the data we got this morning for the pound was, not as bad as expected. We talked about that. You're seeing a little bit of reversal, but not really too much. I think it could have been greater than this. It was still a negative number, right? But it was not as negative as what they originally thought. The euro pound, I think, could be moving a little bit more, but I think I think it's stuck. I think it's everybody's really looking at the U.S. data. Now the U.S. data came in less than expected. Now, for the most part, there was adjustments, and I think this is where the market is really confused. And we're seeing movement, obviously, dollar weakness across the board. Um, and I think it makes sense, but I don't think people are really looking into it. I don't think it'll be as dramatic as it was yesterday. Core PPI, there was an adjustment down, right? Basically it was showing no difference. Last time it was at a point 0.2. The forecast was a point 0.2 that was going to stay exactly the same. The reality is it was actually a point 0.1 last time. It did drop just a little bit, and it didn't change. So the forecast of not moving is kind of what made sense. On the core front. On the regular PPI number, it was negative last time, and it was actually worse than expected. Not worse, but lower than, again, being instead of 0.3, it was a 0.4. So, it raising back up again, this just shows you that there's those little spikes that happen every so often. And again, because of the adjustment, that could have also made the 0.2 to 0.1 difference there. Now, unemployment claims, again, not as bad as expected. The world's not ending, right? Chicken Little, it's the sky is not necessarily falling, right? And that's what we got for the dollar today. So again, dollar weakness base day. Yeah, I think so. Right? Are we going to crank down another 100 pips from where we are right now? Oh my God, why is everybody calling me this morning? Jesus, hold on. Webinar till 10:30. All right. So I think the overall trend today will be, continued pressure to the downside. I think that makes complete sense, with what the data we got. So yeah. Tomorrow, consumer sentiment. Okay, there's expected to be again, there was a previous adjustment. It's expected to be more positive. I think the big question will be is what is the preliminary inflation expectations going to be? Where do people think it's going to be? Um, you know, if inflation is not as bad, excuse me, if the perception is that it's not necessarily as bad, we may not see I think it could close the week out with kind of a feel good Friday ish feeling. Um Overall, I don't see anything massively huge with those numbers. Again, with the G20 meetings on the first day. Um, we'll see if we get some headlines. I don't know that we'll get a whole lot. Not typically on day one. So, it could be a slow Friday with a little bit of a positive. Again, we are in the summer, so we'll see where we go with there. But overall, the pip changes in the last 24 hours, for the most part, pretty decent. All about an ATR. Obviously, dollar CAD down a little bit. Some of the comments actually yesterday out of dollar CAD were talking about entrenched inflation, particularly, right? Particularly in the press conference, they mentioned the fact that while inflation is becoming controlled, the longer it takes, the more entrenched inflation we are going to see. That persistent inflation, the new change in prices. Um, and that's kind of the message we've seen from a few different countries. Yeah, we're not up at where we were before. Obviously, rates have moved a lot in the last year. But there are still some sectors that it's becoming entrenched, and the more that it becomes entrenched, the longer that it's allowed to stay entrenched, the more that that will become the norm, right? That will now become the locked in pricing. So that's something that we're worried about long term because there are segments of the population that entrenched inflation does hurt worse than others. And again, that's kind of a long term thing that we don't want to stay forever. So again, now it's kind of the speed of how fast we can get it back to normal because we're not quite there yet. And again, looking at kind of things like energy, right? With energy creeping back up again, energy is what started the inflationary process last time. With it creeping back up again, will there be the kind of following of the wave, right? It's kind of like the moon, right? Energy is the moon. As it moves closer, the tides come higher, right? As it goes away, vice versa, it goes back down again. Energy is creeping up again, right? So, yeah, yeah, energy's creeping back up again. We'll see what's going to happen. Is inflation going to follow? And if it does, oof, what does that look like? Right? What does that look like? So, yeah, that's where we're at in the next 24 hours. Oops, that was yesterday. Sorry. You can see we're there. Um, and again, these two kind of came in as expected. I didn't actually expect the adjustments, but I didn't expect too much change in the PPI numbers. Again, core is still positive, still showing growth, right? Still showing growth. And the fact that this one is higher, I think this has the ability to go even higher next time because, again, we know that energy prices are going up. So let's go across. Let's start off with the VIX. Now, VIX down again. Again, data's out. You can see yesterday it kind of got eaten up. And again, why? Obviously, the indices up. People are like, oh, this is great. The Fed's done. Happy days, right? Happy days. And then today kind of held down and kind of shot down a little bit lower. So, yeah, I would say right now, seeing all the indices in the green, kind of what you would expect based off the numbers we have. But again, NQ up big, up 1%. YM Russell just barely holding on for positive. Didn't have the same shock value that we got yesterday. Again, PPI is a little bit harder to understand. CPI is absolutely associated with the overall stock market. It'll be interesting to see if we can really hold today. Because looking at this, it's kind of like, yeah, better, negative, not as good. What do we do with this, right? Will there be a continued kind of push to the downside? I think it's okay that it stays green today. I'm not actually against that. But I do feel that people are really kind of overlooking the importance of what the data actually showed us. Was there a drop? No, right? There actually wasn't. It's lower than expected, sure, because there was an adjustment and people don't understand the adjustments. Commodities overall, yeah. They're all kind of flat, right? But when I say flat, I mean oil, we're at 75.80. We talked yesterday about how, hey, listen, the next time I surge forward, we can get up to the 77 mark. Kind of going the opposite direction. We were just talking about breaking through 70. Now we're like, oh God, we're up at the 75, 76, 77 mark. You're seeing today, even though the data is bad, gold not moving too much. We're still at that 1960. Now silver, we're up at 24.50. We were playing with 23 just a week ago, right? Up another 1.8%. And looking at this, we're like, well, why is silver moving, right? Is it the weak dollar? Yeah, I mean, remember, gold and silver are really hedges for inflation. If you're starting to see this start to move, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an overall kind of this side of it is like, more inflation coming in, right? Now, gold, I would say there is kind of a divergence with this a little bit. I know that's a big word. I don't typically use words that are big. I'd say right now, typically gold or silver should be double what gold is, right? Gold just up, I mean, I'll say 0.2 just to make it easy, right? It's obviously 0.18. Silver should be at like 0.4, 0.5, something like that. It's 1.87. So a little bit divergent for what we, typically see with these two of kind of like what's ordinary versus what's not ordinary. So just keep that in mind. If these two start collapsing, you can see it was 0.8. Now we're playing with that 1.6 in gold. People see these numbers and it's like, So we'll see where these two guys end up. The one that I'm not liking in the commodities round, again, is this oil number. Now, Aussie dollar. You can see, again, we were saying, hey, listen, there's probably a reversal in here. We never actually got the entry. We talked about getting that red, green, red, but we're looking for a base. I love the base now. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. Why? Because we had a strong push up. Now, we're still looking for this. Whoops. I was trying to move the whole thing. Still looking for one of those things, but we were looking for a basing level, and now we actually do have a basing level, right? We know we got a basing level sitting right there, and then we got all this news based, move right there. So I like that. Do I think this is it? Is the dollar done? Is the Aussie going to be the greatest currency ever? No, I don't think so. Right? I think once we really start talking about interest rate rises and why it has to be done and how we're not there yet, and again, the potential for earnings, we know that again, PPI being lower than expected means that again, it is still positive. It's costing more to make things, and again, we haven't even been hit with fuel charges. Those eventually will be passed, or earnings will be lower. So, kind of foreshadowing the future. Um, I am looking for this to turn and roll. Right now, again, we know we got two different levels up here. You can see we're kind of playing in both of them right now. Obviously, the response, the 830 response is right here, right? This candle, the momentum from this little candle right here is not the momentum that we saw yesterday. So, while I agree, it is kind of more of a dollar week based news, the response, the energy is not the same. And now that we have a level of confirmed basing down here, see how much is this one? 15 pips, and we could probably shrink it a little bit. Let's see. 14. Okay, I'm busy right now. Can you deal with him? You better stop. Or you're gonna go to bed. He hit. Did she hit you? Why is he pointing at his arm? You better not hit back. All right, buds. You're good. Okay, guys. Today is not the day to hang out here. Can you go in the other room, watch her play? Yeah. So yeah, I think we're up in an area where reversals will come in. I understand this, at the open, seeing this surge forward. Everybody, the retail traders would see that number, be like, it's 930. That's it, short the dollar. So we're starting to see this kind of already start to pop up. The dollar weakness coming in. I think it's probably short lived. I mean, look at gold right now. We were talking about point 0.2. Now it's a 0.07. So it's already in that market starting to kind of turn and flip back again. As far as where the dollar index is, it's very similar. You see a little bit of a hiccup and a little bit of a push down, but this, I mean, here, I'll just use this one right here. Look at this was the movement, right? This is the movement from yesterday's news. So far, this is what we got. 3 candles in, right? Let's see, 8:30 was there. 3 candles closed right there. This is the move from yesterday. That's the move that we have right now. A little bit different right now, right? The strength and the power is not there. So, I hate to use the word exhaustion because I don't know that it's, you know, I don't know that it's all there, but you know, I'd say we're at a level of exhaustion. I think once this starts to turn and flip, we start to go back to normal. Again, breaking through 100 is important. Anything above 100, really anything above 98 is also, again, a level that's a little bit extended. Um, so, yeah, just take it for what it's worth. Again, look at gold, 0.06, right? It's really starting to get to the point where it could actually be a bit more negative, right? So, yeah. So, Aussie dollar, again, we are up in areas where there are sellers. If we can get some type of confirmed entry, a red, green, red, like a decent one over here. This is not a red, green, red that we're looking for. This is just basing. We're at an area where we can start seeing reversal. Now, I know we got some room to run here. Again, obviously, this is about 100 pips down, but this is one of those levels. Leave it out here. You don't need it. You just put it on the charts. You don't have to put a trade on now, right? You don't have to put some type of limit order in right now, but leave it on there when it comes back down. Again, if you want to set an alert, set an alert. It is Thursday. There's been a lot of news this week. Again, we're kind of running out of news. There's meetings tomorrow and everything, but again, is a dollar done, right? The Fed is pretty clear about how they want to raise it again, and are they going to raise and pause? And everybody's talking about still controlling inflation, entrenched inflation. So again, I think we're due for a turnover if we can get a decent top put in. And again, there was no real decent top put in here, no decent candle, right? A little bit of a pullback, and then again, the Europeans are like, nah, we know what the data is going to be, but there's no candles. As technical traders, we are reading candles, right? We are looking to see what the buying and selling looks like, and we really don't have it yet, right? So, I think there's a top. I think we have a pullback coming in. Yeah, I mean, even if you look right now, like right where we are right now, um, is it 23 to level? Not really, right? Is the 23 to level? No, right? There's a level a little bit below. It's okay. It's at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's all right. All right. But right now, I'm looking for a turn and flip. I love a Harry Potter trade in here when this one eventually comes. Um, it's 100 pips down, so there'd have to be something absolutely, crazy earth shattering to get it down there in one day, right? But that's what it's looking like. It's barely even pulling back. So again, I do like this when it finally comes down. It's going to be at least a day or two to there. I'm kind of hoping it's more of a Sunday night next week type trade, right? So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Um, Aussie yen. So Aussie yen, we were talking about a kind of a Harry Potter trade. Once we got this early this morning, right? Once we started the chop, and you see this right here, right? A base here, a pullback, and then a pullback again, and then another chop. You're like, oh yeah, this is not working. Yeah, this is not going to go. There's way too many buyers being built into this one. And that's exactly what happened. Built, 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 fight and push back down, fight and push back down, fight and push back down. There's three candles. Look, hit and down, hit, down, closed here, opened here, came pushed back down again and started basing. There's no way this is holding, right? No way it's holding. I mean, there's so many hits right here in close proximity. So unfortunately, that trade wouldn't have worked. Again, if you set and forget it, you probably got stopped out, and that happens. After that, we knew we kind of had a racetrack back up again. I'd say on this one, we do have kind of a confirmed level up here, and that's kind of what we're hitting right now. I feel like this one kind of got cut off a little bit early, and we'll see if gold continues to deteriorate. Actually, gold's back up to 1.7 again. So, again, the fluctuating back and forth in that first 30 minutes is there. Silver surging. I wonder if there's actually a headline. Nothing that's shown up over here yet. We'll see. It's people digesting. Um, So I would say on this one, we do have an area backstop at the 61.8. Again, is the Aussie overly strong right now? And it's hard because you're like, oh, this is yen weakness. But we got dollar weakness coming in. But how do we have dollar and yen weakness all at the same time? Typically you don't. Right. I think right now this is again a little bit of a proxy action, a little bit of a yen story. Again with the dollar. So yeah, yeah. Let's clean this up. Let's pull this. How much risk is this? See, this one does have a level a little bit higher. I would say this is a little bit more aggressive of an entry. It's about 16. We're gonna mark it. I hear big thumps, but nobody's crying yet. It's about 13. Um, Gibson there yelling, "Ow!" It's this new thing. Trying to see if we had a nice target here, but not really. But no, no. This is yes. This is water. You want water? No, this is full. Go get your drink. Jin, grab his drink for me. I'm not going to give him this full water bottle. There'll be water everywhere. Um, So yeah, I think 95.31. If you want to be a little more aggressive, it is a tested level. There's a very, very strong push off of it. So good, it is a good area of selling. 61.8 is backstopping it, but again, that's where the base is, and you could actually say that this is the confirmation of the original base at the 61. So I think it's there. On the downside, there's not much that I really like on the bottom side. I think there's a decent level sitting right here. Um, Nothing else really in there that I'm loving. So I think right now these are top and two bottom levels. Again, this would be a target first. How much is it we got to run? Yeah, 160. This is we're not going to hit this until next week. Either way, unless there's an intervention or something crazy. So, um, yeah, I think first level will be 95.60. And it's all right. Again, we're sitting in the middle. There'll be people that are trading this more longer term using the 15.61.8. So that's where we're at. Euro dollar. Again, there's the response from yesterday. There's the response from today, right? There's the push. Again, the 1030, right? There's the push. Again, we were looking for a level of basing. We didn't get it there. And here's top to bottom the push. So you can see a little bit different in the two sizes there. Again, I like the basing form in this one for a reversal. 14. Not as nice as the Aussie dollar, unfortunately. Mark that area off there. We're good here. Again, it chopped through this rectangle. Again, all the way through. What do we got wrist-wise there? I'm good with that one. I'm actually going to throw an alert on that. Again, I think it provides opportunity down here with these candles here. Jen doesn't understand. She's like, if Kip doesn't want to do something, she's like, no, just be happy. Like, it doesn't work that way. He's 2. Not even 2. Not even 2. 21 months. If I could just tell you to be happy, Jen, and it worked, that would be awesome. But no. Take some of these old ones off. I'm listening in the other room, and it's like, oh god. Let's see where we have. Oops. Yeah. Let's see. Oops. Hold on. Yeah. So right now, we actually need this. We actually would like this to surge a bit more. We would like to just go a little bit higher. We would like to get this in this territory in here, right? We'd love to get this 23 around this level of basing, right? Because eventually that'll be an area that people get suckered into, and then once it breaks, it's got a clean run, and it's interesting. If we bring it right up here, look at this. The 50 actually comes right down low. We have 23 and 50 as being the 2 areas taking over that big psychological move. Kind of like that one. Let's see. We got 112, 112.10. It's been a while. There goes those European vacations. Yeah, so this is what we're going to start playing with right here. And it's 4 hour, just so you guys know, 4-hour chart. That's what we're playing with. So yeah, I think we're looking for a bit of a reversal down here. Again, kind of same as yesterday. Right now, again, in the opening candle here, you're always expected to see it higher. You can see no real change here whatsoever in the euro dollar, right? Big move since yesterday. Obviously up 100 pips. Why? Because of this big psychological move. But are we going to get the same thing? I feel like we're a bit extended at this point. I feel like, again, we are so over pushed from yesterday. I feel like this one is due to come back down again. I do like the Harry Potter trade here. I'll draw it. We have an alert set. Again, maybe it bounces off this level one more time. I think that's fine. Again, a lot of basing. A hit again, a hit again. We get another hit. There we go. We have a collapse coming through. There we go. Okay. All right. Euro pound. So euro pound. We had this one marked off when the data was coming in. Did it actually tag it? Oh, got so close. Close enough to where that level would be. And actually, that's where you should have taken it from. With the basing forming right up here, that's exactly where she would have taken it. Again, that worked out well. So we talked about this one when the news was coming out. What news? The GDP number. Again, not. This is exactly what we talked about, right? We said, what if this comes in as a -1? It's still technically negative, but better than expected. Look for a reversal, and that's what we'll be seeing for this one. So, again, the trade worked out just fine. And again, just keep this in context. It looks like a monstrous move now. It's really more like this. You're talking about 30 pips total from when the news came out. It's not, you look at this, you're like, oh, it's like 80, 90 pips. No, not really. Not really. Right now, we do have some buyers stepping in here. I still think this top and bottom works out either way. If we can run all the way back down again, I think that makes sense for the bottom side. We're sitting about the 50% mark, and we said, watch news. It is a short opportunity for tomorrow morning. Even negative, if it's better than expected, we should see some movement. And that's exactly what we got. So, again, that one worked out like clockwork. Right now, again, buyer stepping in. We should chop back and forth. 2 hours left there. I think right now we use the 85.75, right? And we use the 85.11 as the bottom side. But here, here's Superhero Blaze. Here, you want Superhero Blaze? There, Superhero Blaze. There we go. YouTube ads own Kip. I'm telling you right now. I refuse to buy him YouTube Red service or whatever it is for no commercials. But man, a commercial pops up, and he's so young. Like he sees sister that just like hits other button, like hits other videos. So he just starts hitting the button, right? So every time like an ad pops up, he's like, "No, give me my video back," and he just starts like hitting hitting the face of it, and bam, it pops. So all right, you're again. All right, so you're again. Kind of the same thing we talked about over here on the Aussie end. We had a level of basing it, hit it and push back down, hit it and push back down again, hit it, came back up and started to basing it, and then boom, put itself in for a Harry Potter. It did go up almost as high as the 55.20. We said, hey, listen, there's a level of basing sitting right here. We knew that it was there. Decently strong drop, and that's what we reversed off of. Right now, overall, again, at the end is going to consider weak. This is one of those areas. Now, this one based for a long time before taking off. And again, all this pop up and pop straight down was the news. It was kind of like, well, what do we do with this? Is it good? Is it bad? Which one is it? Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, if you want to get long this one, I think it's okay. I'd like to see a reversal in the yen. But as much movement as we've seen in the euro pound, euro dollar, I think we probably do have a little bit of run there. So again, nice area to watch out for. Two pushes down in the base. We were looking to go long. And again, you can see the news popped it up, popped it right back down again. A little bit harder. Remember, Harry Potter trades are not really designed for news trading, right? That's not what they're really for. They're meant more for trend continuations, profit taking, session rollovers, things like that. You can see it really hasn't changed. We're still doing the same basing in that level. And the question is this rally up into here? Have we, again, if you're looking at a candle, you're gonna put the candle there. Oops, there's the green. There's the green top on it. That's what you're running into. So a little bit more pinched. But I do think, in looking at this one right here, the fact that we have buyers stepping in and it's been pretty much straight down, I feel like the euro has the ability to recover today. I think this one has the ability to go back up into that 155 range. So, there's about 50 pips worth of profit in this one if you guys are looking to take it. Just be cautious. We do have buyers, and the reality is the buyers are going to step in there. So just know that right now from this level, you do have about 45 pips. And again, we just didn't have we just pulled back to a broken level in kind of a Harry Potter scenario. But obviously the news is not the ideal scenario. All right, good. I drew this yesterday. I said, hey, listen, we're looking for some type of a base in here. I don't know where it is. That's perfect. Now we have the base, right? The base is sitting, and again, this is going to screw it all up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to draw it this way. Now we have the bottom, and we have a confirmation touch of it. So we have everything that we need. When I drew it yesterday, I was like, yeah, we're looking for a reversal. When it comes and it starts basing, it gives us the findable level of risk. Well, we got it now. Now let me know that it's sitting right there. So, and we have a confirmation of it. Look, base, run, up and pop and go. So there's your 1 to 3 is sitting right there, which is awesome. We have gone higher, but remember, this just stays on here. Leave it here. Next time it comes down, we break through 129.71. There we go. We got it. So good. I'm happy with that. Let's run fibs up and see if anything makes sense. Perfect. Look at that. As soon as I ran it from bottom to top, that also happens to be the 23.6 level in there. I was trying to get it, but you can't really see it, right? It's also at 23.6. When we come back down, you have artificial buying. So perfect. Love that. Pull that one off. I just want to see. We had that there for a reason. So, all right. So there we go. As far as finding the top, 131 is pretty high. Let me bring this to a 4 hour, see if we do have a top. Yeah, there's one just a little bit higher. It's been here a few times though. Hmm. I'm wondering if we use this on a 4 hour basis. It's kind of like where a reversal is, right? Touch, lower, right? All this here means that we have more sellers stepping in. But if you look back, it's kind of like, hey, it's been here a few times. Is there enough, right? Is there enough in there to be able to kind of play with that one? I'm going to bring this one across. Again, it may actually front run the zone by a little bit. You can see we're flirting with this. We're flirting with this one right now, right? So in looking at it, if you say what direction is going to be easier to move in, right? Which direction would be easier to move in? Right now, it will move easier down than it will up because we have a 4 hour level here, a 4 hour level here, a 4 hour level here, a 4 hour level here before you have this big kind of confirm, really untested level, right? It's been front run a few times. Easier is down. Okay. Is it time to pull the trigger and get short? I need to see a little bit more confirmation with it. But with the basing level here, again, little Harry Potter trade, a little momentum continuation trade to the downside. I do think this is an area to watch out for right here. Again, we had a base up, pull back, and go. I think this is a level. How big is the risk on this one? It's only 16. Again, you can see it's 8:30 news, right? Base pulled up, came back, and then boom, news hit it and continued. If you guys are getting short anywhere up here, if you have some reason that you were short, again, watch that level. I do think actually buyers will step in there. 1648. Ooh. Hmm. That actually could be a trade tomorrow. 50. ATR is 49 or 39. There actually may be a short trade here. Is it pound news tomorrow? Swiss. So what my thinking is on this one? It's a little deep though. God. I'm actually wondering if we throw an alert on this level. Again, could it hit and go? Sure. Sure, it could absolutely. 1 to 3 is just a smidge deep, right? In, again, longer time or a higher time frame chart technicians, they're going to look at this and draw this, and they're going to see the same low to high. They're going to look at this level down here at the 23.6, and obviously it spent so much time here. They're going to see something. They're going to look at that and be like, yeah, the 23 is just a tad. It's just a smidge over the 23. If we come through this level here, again, it's 16 pips. This one is more kind of like this, right? It's 16 pips worth of risk running it down, getting to that 23. You can see that, and I'll use the yellow to do it. That's the last time buyer supported. That was the last bottom push. You can see that's actually below where that level is. So I feel like there's probably a short trade in here. And again, what's going to happen is they're like, oh, the top's in, right? We'll get a red, green, red. We'll start confirming. We may hiccup off this one. So it could potentially look like this as we come down and do this, right? And then you're like, oh yeah. And then that's when we take this one to the downside, right? I think we could get something like that. Again, I do like the level. And once we get about halfway down, the larger time frame people aren't going to see this. They're going to be like, yeah, we're pulling back. We're trying to, the larger time frame people are seeing this. Yep, we got up. Boom, 23.6. It's going to continue higher because, the dollar, it's done. They're not going to resist rates ever again. That's it, right? For life. So, which is great. This pull down here coincides with this, right? It coincides with this pullback. So it would actually be this on the larger time frames. That's what they're looking for. But meanwhile, what we're doing is we're taking advantage of this. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So that's it's kind of like that, right? If I'm going to overlay the two over there, right? That's what it looks like. It's just this overlay, but it gives us the ability to, take out 50 pips, right? On a Thursday or Friday or in the overnight. Not the worst level. So, yeah. So again, with a pullback about halfway, people are going to think, "Oh yeah, we're halfway down. We're pulling back to the 23. Get ready to crank that trigger." And all we're going to do is ride it down for the continuation. So I think it's good overall. All right. Pound yen. All right. So pound yen. We were actually hoping to be over here for the news. Not. It looks like it ended up going through at 10:30. Yeah, we were hoping to be around here for the news, and it looked like we didn't. It just chopped through, chopped through, chopped through. You had multiple times. So that one, again, if anything, you got stopped at a break even if you try to take it. Again, there was a Harry Potter trade in there. If you wanted the continuation, it came down at base, it came back, it came up again. You would have been 50 pips in profit, and then it hit again, and it came back down, and you would have been 48 pips in profit. So you had plenty of opportunity to get in this one. And, we said it yesterday. This is probably going to be the pullback because it did not base in there again, right? We said that, hey, listen, that's probably the pullback. And that's what it was. So it was the original first pullback. Um, right now, let's see. Again, it should have broken. It did. It pulled back down and broke and then used it. Came back up and used it again. Let's remove that now. Let's pull this across because, again, that is the 50. Didn't get as much movement in again. Quick little hit there. Nope, I'm trying to get this one. Why is it not letting me? That's weird. I cannot delete that thing. Is it like locked? That's so weird. Maybe I am lagging because I've tried to delete this thing multiple times and it will not let me delete it. Don't know. So, okay. If I'm just talking to myself, I'm talking to myself. Um, it looks like the currency chart is moving. But yeah, for some reason, TradingView is not going to let me delete this alert, even though it's already been triggered. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I would say where we are right now with the pound, again, the pound data, it's driving up. The profit taking is coming in. Right now, none of these levels are really anything I'm really, super interested in. I was hoping we get up to the 50 on that push. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. We're rolling back down again as the yen is finally coming back in. I'm gonna clean some of these up. That's weird. It let me delete that. Will it let me delete this? Yeah, I have no idea. Isn't that strange? Right? I mean, I just deleted the blue box there. I can move it, but I can't delete it. I have no idea. Anybody ever run in that before? I mean, look, I can move it, and up here I can click it, right? This is to edit it. Can I? Look, I cannot delete it. That is so weird, right? I mean, is there a lock function that I don't know about? I mean, there's a lock function. There, now it's locked. You can see it. Now it's unlocked, and I still can't delete it. So weird. I have no idea. Never seen that one before. That's the first. So looks like the TradingView program is need to put the mason jars down. Anyway, pound, we're seeing profit taking. Again, until we kind of come back up again. Not really interested in doing much. I think it probably finds some buyers right here. You can see the nice little base and pop forward. So there are potentially some buyers there. Again, a chop here, a chop here. Again, no pound data. So this one should be rather slow. What's the movement? 24 hours. Yeah, 94. This one has a 150 pip ATR on the daily basis. So not even performing what it should. I think it goes a little bit higher, comes back up again and again. Once we get into that level, can I delete this one? Yeah, see, I can delete that one. I have no idea what's okay. So there's something special about that level. I have no idea what it is. But if we're able to rally back up again to that 101, I'm sorry, 181. What? Let me take this off, put another one on so it's sitting on top, and then we'll just turn it yellow. Right there, right? So yeah, probably turns and rolls. I would say it turns and rolls, but right now, not a great entry for it. A little basing in there. Is it getting some fib help? Probably. It's probably getting a little bit of fib help in there. Oh, he's crying. Here, buds. You bang your face. You bang your face. What happened to him? All right, buds. Buds. Shh. Almost done, buds. Almost done, buds. All right, go get your play. Go get your play. Yeah, see, fake cry. It wasn't real. Yeah, your mouth hurts. You bang your face. You bang your face. Sit down here with me. You want to play with this? There you go. Oh, he's got a stink too. Oof. All right, so yeah, no major setup besides that one. Dollar CAD. We were looking for a push a little bit farther down. We were looking for good US data. It actually gave us a different sign. It actually dropped. And what did we get from the European session? We actually got an hour and a half beforehand. Again, I talk about how important the hour and a half beforehand is. It pulled back up in time for us. Buds, then get down. Don't sit on my lap, scream, and point. Go. Go ahead, grab what you want. Nope, I don't want you to grab that, please. You don't need that. That is not a play toy. Okay. Um, Here, you want me to put it in there? Here, I'll put it in here for you. Here. There you go. There you go. So again, told us an hour and a half beforehand. Hey Jen, can you take him out of here, please? Here, buds. You want this too? Here, take this. Here. Sometimes she's really, really helpful, and then other times she's not. Then here, then go. You're not playing with the camera. He's got a GoPro. I was like, oh, give him the case. He's never seen the case before. Here. You're not having the camera. Sorry. You're not gonna break it. Um, can I delete this line? There we go. I don't know what it is. I can delete everything else besides that line. That line is like the special line. All right, you want to go in your crib? Then stop. Last chance. Any more whining, you're going in your crib. Daddy doesn't care. Daddy's not playing around today. Those are fine. You know what? Let me drag these over real quick. Pull those. I'm good with this one. I like the fact that we hit it and we're potentially bouncing. So there is probably a short trade in this one. With us basing right now, if we go much lower, again, it would be continued dollar weakness, CAD strength. The original zone, let's adjust the zone just a little bit. We're going to adjust the zone there to there, right? That should be good. Then we can move this 1 to 3.7, 1 to 3.0. There we go. Let's adjust this up. So, yeah. So, again, if we turn and bounce here, great for the US dollar. I love that we've come down and tagged this again on the zone. We were already looking for a reversal point. You can see that rode this, punched high ahead of time. So, again, absolutely a short trade before news today. I'll leave the yellow one because we know that we're in an area where we expect some type of movement. Let's drag this back down again. That's good. So yeah, so we have one right now that could potentially be coming in soon if the dollar does not reverse at this 10:30 time frame. We got about 13 more pips. Again, forming basic in here is great. Look for a push all the way down to 130.78. Dollar Swiss. Okay. Again, dollar Swiss didn't do much. European market really just said, "Hey, listen, we're not falling for this. We're going to go straight down again." And you can see I'll remove this. Not really the same, right? Not really a lot of movement. It just kind of based back and forth, right? It didn't really drive it. Actually, there's the start. 3 o'clock is kind of there, right? That's what it looked like. A quick pop up, a quick pop down, and then we just kind of stayed. So again, didn't really telegraph this one. The 3 candles right before the news move, not really any movement at all. Very, very tiny. Little tiny bit of a pop. Again, looking at the first 3 candles, 1 down to 3. There you go. Over here, there's the 1. I'll even take it from the top. There's the 3. Half the distance, right? And again, this one continued to push down. So again, don't have a bottom. No bottom in here. There wasn't a single green, red, green in here that we were interested in. We're probably looking for a reversal point at some point. Right now, again, I would kind of like the dollar to deteriorate a little bit more at this point. Here, buds. Here, you want me to put this in here? Here, I'll put this in here for you. Here. Can you go? Hey, go get your play. Where's your play? Hey, Jen, you're not being very helpful today. Just let you know. She's like, okay. She'll ask me for help later, and I'll be like, nope. Gotta learn your lesson somewhere here. Actually, I'd like to see this continue to deteriorate. I actually like it. If I have my way, that's where we're putting this. Another 30 pips. Yeah, I kind of want it to go there. That's where I'm looking for it. Again, 4 hour. It's got 4 hours to go. The 4 hour ATR is 29. It's got 30 something pips to go down before we even get to that level and start basing. I think that is fine. If we do go there, though, again, the dollar will start to reverse eventually. I actually really like the base and the touch coming off that 23. That would be a nice one for kind of a continuation. We just need this one to start hopping up a little bit more. Here. With this? No. Go get your play. Where's your play? Go get it. Yeah, don't point. Go get it. I'm not getting it. Got to go to a daily basis. Yeah, see, this is what we're running into. We talked about this one yesterday. Yep. So yeah, we got a little bit more to go, but we're sitting right there. We know we got buy. There's a big buyer, a big group of buyers sitting down there. So yeah, again, unfortunately, no trade entry for you guys on this one, but I'd be looking for the dollar Swiss to reverse back somewhere here. We're low on the curve at this point. Here. Oh, I sorry. I sorry. Just pinch his fingers in it. Whoops. You see it like this? Here. We're playing. If you're trying to figure out what we're playing with the waterproof case for a GoPro. Here, get that. Get that right there. Get that. I'll put that in there. Get that. This thing right there. Get that. All right. Dollar yen. So dollar yen. I'll remove this. You guys can see we talked about levels. Look, one hit yesterday at noon, another hit late last night, another hit on the top, another hit, another hit, another hit, and this one went both sides, and we're here. Really, no movement inside of the dollar yen. And again, I'm not sure. Is it dollar strength? Is it weakness? What is it? Right? Kip, I kind of need this. This is the sound, buds. Thank you. Thank you. Um, no, come here, buds. Kip, non-stop whining. Right. So right now, again, no major direction like we've seen in the other pairs, and the reason why is people aren't sure what to do with this. Is it a good day? Is it a bad day? Is it strong U.S.? Is it weekend? And we're just not seeing the movement back again. Although you see, I mean, you can see it right now. It's it's not the worst on the board, right? You can see the pound strength coming in. It's minus 25, right? Oh God, he almost just tripped through the cord. Um, I think right now the biggest problem with the dollar yen is people are looking at this as really, um, again, what do you do with the dollar? Is it really weak, but is the yen strong? Answer is not really. So it's kind of a battle of weak right now. We saw the Aussie yen go higher, the Euro yen go higher, the pound, pound yen, getting a little bit of news involved with that one. But this one is truly just basing sideways. I will say right now, again, we've seen where it looks like we can have at least, she doesn't know that word yet, Neuro. Not yet. Yeah, she doesn't know it yet. She gets to the point where she'll just like make a face at me and then just cry. So she's not into the whatever phase yet. It'll come. I mean, she's only 5, so I still have time for whatever, but it's coming. I have no, I don't doubt it. It's coming. No, we're not going to play with that either. Here, you want this? You want this guy? You want this or no? No? Okay, go in the other room. And he's at the, he just grunts at everything. So, yeah. So, any great trade setups in this one? No. Yesterday we kind of forecast this one down, and it's kind of where we expected. Nice thing about this one is if we do start to reverse, look at the basing right here. We had a drop and kind of kick back and forth. Look at the style of this candle. Now, again, I don't know if this is going to be the exact bottom. It'd be nice, but again, here's one test, another test, another test. We've kind of smashed into this 130-10 region 3 times already, so it's not necessarily the best holding area. But if we do start to see some dollar strength roll back in, what, Kip? He was up at 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm a little bit short with him today because he was up at 4 and just being a grump. I think that's a decent level right there. Right, that's a decent level to look at. Okay, you stink. It's 117 pips, so it's got about a daily ATR until we get there. Right now, being a Thursday, I'd like to see the dollar slowly start creeping back. If the dollar can start creeping back up again, this actually wouldn't be a bad place for maybe something next week. Maybe like a Sunday night open, right? Asian European session kind of push back down again. How much risk is in there? It's about 26. We probably shorten this just a little bit to there. 20. Yeah. Getting a 20 risk on that one, going into a Sunday night before the US trader comes online. Stop. No. If you want to sit on my lap, sit on my lap. But you're just sitting here. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to grab. You're gonna sit still and you're not gonna move. Hold on. Here. He's falling asleep is what he's doing. That's why he's being such a grump. Yeah. Okay, now sit here and listen to this. That's a lollipop. There you go. Watch little angel. Um, I think it's a decent level. You guys want to mark it off in there. Again, it's at 23.6, so it's backstop at 195 or 139.60. Deep right there. All right. All right. Again, it's funny. All is bad. Horrible dollar news. Crypto. Bitcoin still holding at 3,500. Right. TLT holding low. TLT kick back up a little bit. Not horrible. We got over here in commodities. Ugh. There's the U.S. Open surge. So yeah, what did it kick up to? 76.82. We're going the wrong direction. It's way too high. Like we said, we knew we had smooth sailing. And look at this. Yesterday, I had it propped up perfectly. Hold on, bud. Yes, that is bad. Um, Again, boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a punch through the top. Again, at this point, I think I'm not really looking until 77, 2010. Melissa's like, I think there's something up with him. He was very whiny yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's called terrible twos for a reason. He's a little bit shy of it. You know, Asher and Reese were kind of like that too. I was like, but every kid's different, right? Jen, she was fine at 2, but 3 was a bad one. I'm like, he's at the stage where he's frustrated that he wants things and doesn't communicate because he just grunts. Like he doesn't talk. Jen was talking fluently at this point. So I was like, yeah, makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to hold firm. 77.22 is the first real sell for me. Again, nice little pullback, but again, the U.S. market's shot this higher. I think tomorrow is probably the day for this one. I really think with this consumer tomorrow. With all the consumer confidence numbers and the inflation expectations, again, it doesn't look like we're, as of today, doesn't look like we're going to recession. Less people right now are, filing unemployment claims. PPI is more controlled, so there's no reason necessarily. Again, they're looking at this as people don't need to, do much. Here we go, natural gas coming. We'll see if natural gas bumps in a second here. So, yeah, again, a lot of chatter. The last group of sellers in there, again, they've been taken out. Now we're pushing back through. And again, we've had our surge for today. But the next surge, I mean, if this is what a surge looks like, look at where we are right now. We're punching and potentially even going higher. We could be talking about 78. So, yeah, again, not willing to pull the trigger yet, but I think we have more room to run. But we're getting pretty close to where we are looking for it. Look at that. Man, natural gas. Look at this. Like sniper. Look at that. They hit this thing dead on. There's the forecast. There's the actual. I don't even know. God, I don't think that's ever happened in oil. Or maybe like once a year. Right? Wow. So, yeah, let's see. What do we got natural gas wise? Yeah. So, again, we're talking about a Harry Potter in here. Again, we hit it. We're kind of basing through it right now. No entry, but we're talking about this one coming back down to 255. That was still the target to the downside, or 256. It's a little bit negative now. We'll see. Again, the seasonal aspect of it. There was no down draw. Again, coming in is exactly as expected. A little bit of a down draw, but doesn't put it necessarily in a bad price. A wholesale price is inflation. There we go. That's not a bad one. So, yeah, I think this one probably comes all the way down. Gold, stock at 0.08. Magically, look at this. No major movement in gold. And we talked about, hey, listen, we know we're in an area up here. This is awesome. Why do I like this? Why do I think this is great? Because we've chopped through. We have a defined level right now. Look, it's sitting right there, right? Chop, 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 chop. Ride. Hit it again. Boom. Push it to the brink. So, again, I think there's a gold short trade in here. And funny enough, you see the dollar and it's like, oh my God, it's evaporating. But the gold market was always more in touch with what the Fed was doing. Look at the gold market. You're not seeing a gigantic trend up and down. And again, 1 to 3 is sitting right there. Right? 1 to 3 is sitting right there. So, yeah. I think this one, when it comes through, we go. I think we pull the trigger. Here, let me put this one down here just to make it a little easier. All right. There we go. Yeah, so I think a short here is good. Now, funny, look at gold, look at silver, right? Now, silver also gave us the base. We were looking for a base somewhere around 24. It looks like it came in just slightly higher, right there. And you can see all I'm doing is move it. We knew it was coming in somewhere in there. And again, just a little bit higher. Now, I'm going to bring fibs up, see if that helps us at all. Again, nobody was fooled on this one. They're like, that's it. The Fed's never raising again. But I feel like we are way extended at this point. I mean, again, gold is at 0.09 or 0.10, right? We're at 2.12 in silver, right? Um, I love it. Gold hits 5 hours ago. Gold hits 4-week peak as Fed seen nearing end of rate hikes, right? And then gold's like, yeah, we're good, and starting to pull back down again, right? Where silver is like, nah, we're in, we're into this deal. 2460, we got 25 looming right above. So, yeah, when I think when the metals do eventually turn, and again, gold may be the leader once gold starts to take a little bit negative. Silver will turn. I'll tell you right now, silver at 2.15 is extended beyond what it should do. It had no pullback whatsoever, just a little bit of a hiccup, came back down to that level of basing. I think kind of the same thing. We got a nice little Harry Potter level of basing. It's been tested and tested and tested. We have the ability to take this turn and roll back to the downside. So, yeah, yeah, I think it's again, we're set up. We just need to, again, this is going to be kind of the retail trader way to play inflation. And right now they think inflation is going, right? Inflation is going to go. But remember, the gold market has had its finger on the Fed really, really well. Gold and bonds have both pretty much nailed it. What the Fed's doing. Silver, again, I don't want to say uninformed, but it's more the retail trader versus the professional trader. So, yeah, definitely a divergence between those two. What do we got Apple wise? Again, Apple kind of closed lower. It's green right now, but you can see from where it opened, it's lower than where it opened, but trying to rally back again. Again, I don't think Apple has anything to worry with what we saw today. Tesla looks similar. Again, it's red from where we opened. Again, I think it probably ticks back. There's some buyers down here where it is, so I think we should be okay with that one. Again, VIX kind of jumped up. I'm surprised the VIX is not actually deteriorating a little bit more than it should be. I think it is justified to go a little bit lower right now. And again, is the dollar finding anything? Yeah, the dollar. Look, this is where we're talking about the spikes. Dollar seems like it's bottoming, right? We're holding that 100 number, and again, 100 is obviously a big psychological level, but looks like we may have something in here. Let's see what we had here if there's any opening prints. The 930s here. So the problem with this 931 is, yes, there's a level of basing. And if we're going back to see where it's touched, this is the last piece. If you look to the left, right, you can see that there is a piece right here. The problem is there was a 930 reach for it, but unfortunately the 830 news candle is what grabbed it. If you traded at 830, yes, there was a confirmed level, right? The confirmation came in right there. There's your confirmation. Base, up, pullback, 6 o'clock touch. There's your news trade, right? So unfortunately, here's the 930 candle. It didn't pull back to that level, but again, having something like PPI just a little bit before that opens kind of hard. So you may have gotten this for news. Opening print, unfortunately, no. And again, this is what happens when you have a bunch of 830 releases like that, particularly that are going in the direction. Again, let's see. Had you taken that as a news-based trade, which absolutely could have, let's see if you would have actually been out. Yeah, it looks like that's 306. So you would have actually got off the top side of it. So had you traded for news, you are out. You would have been out at 9:45 this morning. So yeah, nice little news trade, not an opening print based trade. What do you got here? Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, 930. We were sitting all the way up here. There's a pullback, but kind of same thing. The test of this level would have been sitting right there, right? Again, news trade, absolutely. It's definitely, I'm not going to draw it. It's past 1 to 3. There's your opening print. You're already over here. The trade was unfortunately already, and we're already deep into a trade. So you wouldn't have got a pullback, but again, another news-based trade pulling back to a confirmed level. Again, using the same opening print rules, just using it with news. Again, would have been good. What do you got? YM? Oh, God. Oh, this is horrible. 915 red, green candle followed up. News. Again, looking back for a confirmed level. Your confirmed level would have been sitting pretty much there. But is it a great level? No. I mean, there's boom, 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 right? Confirmation at 5:45. There's your news. Again, would have been a news-based trade. I'll draw this one so you guys can see it. All right. 1 to 3 is only right there. Okay. Yeah. Get this over here right now. Should have a nice little run up. I'm wondering if we reverse right off there. It's actually not a bad reversal spot. 11. Yeah, it's where it struggled yesterday and then pulled back. And we mentioned this yesterday. We had that strong emotional move up, and once we start hiccuping, you can see basically the hiccup was at the open. 10:30 was the peak of the day, and then we rolled all the way back down. And we mentioned, hey, listen, the origin of the move is right there. There's the touch back down again, right? Late last night. Stop, Kip. I think watch that one if you guys are playing. But again, as far as news, not opening print, so a little bit out of context. 9:15. This one was really chopped in there. See, this is the same thing. You could say, hey, listen, there's basing right there. There's a touch. There's a touch. There's a touch. It's like, oh God, 1, 2, 3. It shouldn't hold again. And the opening print actually did come below it, but again, 1, 2, 3. This would either be technically this is 4, but you could say that this is 4 because it was kind of it did pull away. So this is 5. So it should not have held. So the next level down would have been, I guess, here. Right, quite a large zone though, and that's what we hit and took off. So yeah, Russell pretty ugly too. I'd say YM and Russell were the two ugly ones. I mean, they were literally inside of a trading range, just bouncing back and forth again. YM, you could have actually traded news. This one, again, it would have been hit number 5 coming through for opening print. The news trade would have been right here. If you had taken this one on news, you would have got stopped out. But the other 3, ES, NQ, YM, all great little news-based trades. Unfortunately, opening print, they were 3/4 of the way through, so not much you can do. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. As of right now, I would say downward target. Look for this level. I don't know that I would trade it again. It was a very, very quick hit, so there are some buyers in there. As far as tops go, I wouldn't be surprised if the top's in for the day, though. Again, when people are looking at, again, preparing for tomorrow, but again, really diving into the numbers and probably some headlines coming out too. Yes, see right here? You would say, oh, jobless claims, dipped. It's good, right? See the labor market being resilient. That's what's considered one of the big driving factors right now for inflation. So, again, people don't want to hear the labor market is resilient. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that one. So, it's all right. Like I said, having that 8:30 news today really wreaks havoc. Again, we're not seeing the same type of move. Look, the dollar's definitely basing and starting to come back again. So, not getting this, right? This is what yesterday's was. Today was much more blunted in what we're getting, which, again, is what you should see. People are, confusing a lot more. So, again, this could be the bottom and a reversal. Look for it. All right, let's go ahead and do our drawing for today. I forget who won yesterday. Was it Neuro? I don't remember who won. I'll have to check it. That's what happens when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, all right, I'm going to give you till 2:30, and then I will go ahead and shut it down. 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds, 1 more seconds. And bam. Nailed it down on today. All right. I will check it. Actually, I believe it. I think it. I don't know. I'll check it in a second. All right. Winner of today's drawing is Ernest. All right. So let's see. Now's the big thing. Let's see. All right. So Ernest won today. And yesterday was Neuro. So it is reset. So Ernest is back in. Ernest playing that long game. He's testing a new system. He's got a new system. Testing his new system. All right. So just give you guys an update too. Obviously, I'm not a jury dude today. My number did not call. There is a group below me still, but I guess it will depend on how many people they take on a Friday. I don't know if they start new trials on Fridays, if that's a thing or not. If they try to be like, oh, maybe we'll try to sneak this in on a Friday. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. So I may have to report tomorrow, but if I do, I will let you guys know. Depending on the block that they take, I think I'm gonna get called tomorrow, but I'm gonna be pissed if I get put on a trial tomorrow and then have to report next week because then technically that's more than a week I've been reporting. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they try to start new things on Fridays or not, but I'm gonna do my best not to. So I will keep you guys updated. With that said, thank you for joining me today. Sorry about Kipster not cooperating today and being a little bit whiny. And yeah, that's what I got. Terrible twos a little bit early, but fully expected it. So with that, yeah, I know. Good luck with Georgie. Fingers crossed for me. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. Um, yeah, worst person ever to put on a jury trial. So, all right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, if not, have a great weekend. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care.